Hey, what's up, everybody? Pen here, and just a fair warning if you hear a fan, that is my desk fan, because it is hot in Detroit. So, this is part one, episode one of Surviving AT&T, my upcoming transition to Xfinity Gigabit, and what to look out for. And it's also going to touch on why I'm doing this transition and why I had to eventually going to have to cut ties with AT&T. So let's get started. Okay, so my current situation and my issues with AT&T internet. I do not have their phones and I do not have their cable. I only pay for their internet. So the main thing is the high pay and the low reward system. Currently, I'm paying $125 for 80 Mbps download and 7.5 upload. So that is not a sweet deal, in my personal opinion, and that is considered a failure. Pricing can be based on area and location, so results may vary. I know that Detroit, just Metro Detroit, things can get a little shaky when it comes to AT&T. The residential packages are higher than the best internet, which is fiber. It just doesn't make sense to the price and performance ratio. Pricing is inconsistent, and the speeds are far. They're just way slower than what you compare to the other service providers or in general cable internet. And that's just by design to how they have everything set up. And it's quite a shame, to be honest. So another thing with AT&T is that it is required to use their provided gateway, and basically gateway is another name for a modem and a router combination. It's a combo unit. However, the gateway can be put into bridge mode, so it can be configured into bridge mode, and you can add your choice of a third-party router. But rental fees will always be there, so that gateway is required. So even if you put the gateway and you configure it into bridge mode, and you add your third-party router, and rather you want to have it, set up how you want it, you're still going to have to pay that rental fee. So that's just another thing with AT&T. Now, as in February in 2021 of this year, I spoke with a sales representative over the phone, and he told me that AT&T fiber would be available in my area June 2021. So I took his word for it, and it was a chance for the company to prove to me that they valued me as a customer, because I've been with them since 2014. So it's been quite some years since I've been with them. Tried to stay loyal, but they wouldn't give me what I want, so now I'm moving elsewhere. Of course, that was a lie. They were trying to keep me locked in for hope of it coming and have me keep paying a ridiculous price. So keeping a ridiculous price up, meaning the 125 for 80 download and 7.50 for up. As you guys know, there's better options out there, and the option in my case would be Xfinity Gigabit. So this is what I decided to do about it. After I had placed the order for the Xfinity Gigabit, and I got the unlimited data and things like that. So if I'm going to be paying over $100 for internet service, it better be damn near top of the line, and that's what I was striving for. So I did not want to keep their XB7 gateway permanently. I wanted to start off with it, get everything set up, set my own stuff up, and then cancel that request and start saving some money. So what I decided to do was go with the Aries S33. That is my DOCSIS 3.1 cable modem, and Xfinity has a list of their approved modems and routers that's on their website. But once again, you want to stay away from the combo units. So that's why I have these separate. The Speedify will also fit in this example as well. Have a backup to a backup. For my router, I wind up going with the TP-Link AX1800 dual band Wi-Fi 6 for future proof, and it's a lot of options for routers. I mean, you just have to work within your budget and see what's out there when it comes to how you want your network to be set up. So how I decided on my equipment. So here's the thing. In this case, because I'm going from AT&T to Xfinity Gigabit, when you have their gigabit plans, only 6 results are found. And this is on Xfinity webpage. When you look up your download speed and you have to enter your address in and things like that. So I only had 6 options to choose from. I was looking at that Netgear CM2000, and I was in between that along with the Aries, and I was checking out the Motorola, but then again, I'm doing some further research. Aries and Motorola, you may not be seeing too much of Motorola since Aries pretty much has control over them. But in general case, I wound up picking the Aries S33. So general tip, just make sure you purchase a modem that is higher than the speeds that you're paying for. In my case, Xfinity has a webpage where they show you an approved list of modems to buy. DOCSIS 3.1 modem and a Wi-Fi 6 router would be the best scenario for future proof. But quite honestly, looking at the speeds of Wi-Fi 5, if you don't have a Wi-Fi 6 capable router, at the moment you're not missing out on too much. I would just focus on the specs and the features that you would like in your router, and pretty much choose and go from your budget based on that. Once again, I want us to stay away from combo units. As you see on the right side of the screen, the Aries G36 is a cable modem and a Wi-Fi router. So I'm trying to get away from that because, that's going back to similar to how AT&T has it. And then the Netgear CAX80, that's also a combo unit. So I wanted to stay away from those. I wanted to pick my own equipment and get my own stuff. So I avoided those units. As you can see here, I had limited options. These are on the approved list from Xfinity. One thing about it, and the reason why you will want to get a DOCSIS 3.1 is because I did some research and I heard that Xfinity likes to remove approved modems from this list. So basically, they like to update them, not frequently, but when things are being upgraded, and they take things off the list, and then all of a sudden people's modems are not working correctly with the internet. So you want to stay up to date. So I made sure whatever my selection was, it was within these 6 results, but I did not want a combo unit. So I wound up going with the Aries S33 upon watching some videos and doing some research. And the Netgear CM2000, I mean, both of those is going to run you around $200, and you want to get a 2 to 4 year warranty, extended warranty. So it's going to be maybe an extra $30, depending on where you get it from. Could be more, could be less, and it's an investment. So this is just to show you my thought process and how I went about selecting my equipment as far as my modem is concerned. So you may choose differently. You may have different speeds. So keep that in mind, please. Okay, so my router of choice. Now, once again, I did mention the Speedify. That could easily replace the picture that you see on the screen here. But I did purchase another router. That is the TP-Link. So one of the things that I like about this presentation here is that the simplicity of the design. Um, to me, I don't need the best router out there or the fanciest. I just need something that is capable of delivering up to my bandwidth, and also that has the essentials. I don't need a specialized gaming router. I don't. I don't plan on having over 50 devices on my Wi-Fi, which is why this is more of a budget to a mid-range option. This definitely wouldn't be considered a high-end router, but once again, you decide because it's your budget. I just had to go out and get the capable modem, and then when it comes to the router, that's my choice. Now, some of the things that I will look for in a router, because I am a gamer and I do like to have my devices, such as phones, tablets, Google Nest, Amazon, things like that, is the MIMO, multiple input, multiple output, the beamforming technology. I'm interested in gaming optimization and the antennas. Now, I'm not a big, in the past, I wasn't a big fan of a whole bunch of antennas on the router as a design, because I think it looks quite ugly, to be honest, but it's all about the performance here. I chose with a dual band because, as you guys know, tri-band routers are more expensive. 2.4 and 5 gigahertz is enough for the devices that I plan on. Once again, I'm not planning on having a extensive amount of devices on my network, so this is more of a budget slash a mid-range option for a router. So the beamformer technology it basically allows the Wi-Fi signal to be more stable, and it concentrates more directly to your devices. So it's pretty unique. And hey, with the antennas that's on here, it's all about delivering a strong and fast and reliable Wi-Fi experience, based on the placement of the equipment and how you set up your network. And of course, MIMO is just basically allow high speeds for multiple devices to simultaneously perform a smooth experience, or rather you're doing HD streaming or you're playing a game online. Of course, when it comes to streaming and gaming, I prefer it to be hardwired. But those are just some of the features that I'm looking for. That may be some of the features that you look for, but it's important to do your own research. This is just one option out of many. So, plans after initial setup. So, from here, now that I got the equipment, my appointment is September 2nd. So, that's next week. That's coming up actually. Wait until the Xfinity tech arrives and make sure all the connections are up to date and they are stable. Then from there, once the tech gets done with what he has to get done with, I proceed to connect my own equipment by contacting Xfinity or go through their application, whether it's the web page or the application on the phone. Then from there, once I have my own equipment set up, I'm going to call AT&T and cancel my internet before my due date. And ironically, my due date for the $125 is on 9/11. So yeah, that gotta go. The timing and the price, and this is the right direction for me. So I'm going to make a part 2 to this, and it's going to be when I actually have my Xfinity gigabit. So that will be sometime next week, hopefully, if everything checks out. And I will update you guys, and I will tell you how the experience is. So thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Join my Telegram group. That's where you're going to get the fastest reaction from me. Great way to keep in contact with me and to chat with others. Email me if you have any questions. If you're thinking about making this transition, or if you have a fear of, selecting your own equipment, I could lead you in the right direction and we can work with budgets. because my budget isn't the same as your budget, and we can just go from there. Thank you for watching, and peace out.